Hi, Megan. It's Friday night. You are currently out at a bar, having a few drinks, celebrating a friend's birthday. That's perfectly alright. But since I'm stuck at home writing an essay and I'm ridiculously bored, I figured, hey, why not make a video? So here we are. How are you? That's good. So, I guess I'll talk about today. I worked with my scene partner, Josh, on a scene that we're doing for our acting class. And it's from a play called Oleana by David Mamet. If you haven't heard of it or don't know what it is, you should probably check it out because it's actually a pretty awesome play. Um, so we worked on the scene, and I don't know what it is, but both the scenes that I've worked on so far have had me kind of being sort of beat up a little bit. Like in the first scene that I did, I had to like fall on a girl and kind of like get like pushed around a little bit. And then in this scene, Josh is a university professor and I'm Carol and I'm his student and I'm bringing like charges of rape against him, and at the end he kind of flies off the handle and like beats the crap out of me while yelling really mean things to me. And I don't know why my professor decided to give me these seeds. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Like, why do you want me to keep getting beat up? It's not fair. And I mean, to the average person, you're like, oh, hey, like it's not too bad. You just kind of have to like fall and like roll around on the floor. But like, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm really, really like physically uncoordinated and awkward. So like any sort of like movement beyond like standing and walking and sitting is kind of beyond me. So it's quite a challenge. And we were practicing this scene today, and I have bruises. Like, I have a bruise on my arm. I don't know if you can see, like, right there. I mean, but, like, that's just, like, a little tiny bruise. Like, so it doesn't really look like much. But, like, my whole arm hurts, where I kept having to, like, fall on the ground, like, trying to brace myself. Because I don't know how to fall. I'm not, like, a real actor. I'm just taking this class. So, like, I've never done, like, stage combat or whatever they call it these days, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like falling on my ass. And like with the place that we practice is like it's like a concrete floor covered in like the thinnest, most threadbare carpet I think I've ever seen. So it's literally like falling onto concrete every single time. And I'm like, this is just not fair. And Josh just gets to stand there and yell mean things at me and pick up a chair and threaten me with it. What? Not fair. Yeah, and so we were doing this scene, and like, I just didn't really think about like what it would kind of mean, but then we were kind of we were rehearsing it, and like we were rehearsing blocking for it, and we were trying different things, and one of the times I had my back turned to him because I'm walking towards the door at this point, and he comes charging after me, and he grabs me and starts shaking me around and beating me up and that sort of thing. So I had my back turned to him, and it's just very, like, we were practicing this scene, and we kind of made it so that I get to turn around a little bit, so at least I kind of know when he's coming, but it's very unsettling, because you're sort of anticipating it, and like I'm standing there with my back to him, and I'm kind of like waiting for him just to like come up and grab me. And it's not like he's like a nice guy. He's so nice, and like there's no way that he would ever actually hurt me. Like we're both just actors and we're just playing out a scene. So like there's really no reason for me to be afraid. But it does, I don't know, like the first couple times that we were doing it, and kind of like throughout the process, like it was kind of scary. It was kind of unsettling for me. Just I just they didn't really, I don't know if it's just because like he's a guy and I'm a girl, and like he is like bigger than me and much stronger than me, and like when he's grabbing me, like he's actually like holding on to me and like shaking me a little bit. Um so it is kind of unnerving. And like it took me a second to kind of be okay with it, and I think I I didn't really realize kind of how much trust that would sort of require. Especially because we only really have like a week to work on this scene, so we don't really have that time to build up trust and kind of a more comfortable relationship with each other. So it's very difficult to have to do these scenes so quickly when you have to do all these things, and you don't really know the person, and you're trying to do things fairly quickly, so you don't have a whole lot of time to rehearse. I mean, I think we're only gonna rehearse for maybe like a couple hours for 2 more days, and then we have to perform. So, I mean, a lot of it I think is probably like fear of the unexpected too. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be as unsettling as I found it. Kind of threw me, because I'm not somebody to get like overly emotional, and I'm not typically like a hyper. Well, I am like a pretty cautious person, but I'm not typically kind of nervous about like men beating me up or anything like that. Like there's nothing that would make me particularly nervous about that. But I guess just within the context of the scene, it was weird. I was definitely like, I definitely freaked out a little bit. But I mean, we're working on it, and I think we're getting it to like a better place now. We always like, we've been doing okay, and we always kind of take a break afterwards and like laugh a little bit. So we're getting there. We're making progress. That's good, right? So yeah. So that was an interesting part of my day. So I guess that's it. That's all I really have to say. Of course, I've managed to talk about this for 7 minutes, when in actuality I probably could have told the story in like 3. Me being so incredibly long-winded. I think it also has to do, of course, to go back, because I need to say more about this, because obviously I can't shut up. I think it also has to do a lot with the control issue. Surprise, I'm a bit of a control freak, and I like to kind of be in control of like what's happening to me, and like what I'm doing, and like what's going on. And so to have like that control kind of being taken from me, or like having to kind of give like part of that control, kind of put my trust in somebody else, that they'll make sure that I'm okay, instead of just like relying on myself to make sure that I'll be okay, I think is probably maybe like a little part of it as well. So, yay! Psychology session. Let's psychoanalyze Erica. I feel like that's what this acting class has been. I feel like a lot of this acting class has been, let's psychoanalyze and figure out why you do the things that you do, and why you have the blocks that you have. And I'm like, oh, I don't need any help, because I already know the issues I have. Like, it's not really like, oh man, I have like control issues. Like, man, that's such a surprise to me. Oh wait, I fully already knew that. Oh wait, oh my god, you have trust issues? Wow, I would have never ever guessed that. Oh my god, I'm shocked by this news. Like, yeah, no, I'm not. This has not been a surprising process for me. But I guess the interesting and the fun part of it is that I'm kind of stepping out of my box a little bit, kind of taking some risks, doing some things that I wouldn't normally do, like falling on top of people and getting thrown to the ground. And in my first scene, I kissed a girl. Look at that. Me kissing a girl. Craziness. So, oh, there goes my battery. Crap. Okay, so this is my computer's way of telling me, you talk too much, you need to shut up now. So I'm gonna take its advice. I'm gonna listen to it. So I'll sign off, and I hope you are not too drunk when you get home. No more vomiting for you, Missy. No. So, Megan, I will see you later tonight.